There's two niggas I felt like backdoor me. I swear to God. And I never swear. See, I just did some shit I won't really never do. Lil Baby and that nigga Tyler. Tyler for sure. For sure. And I'm gonna show you how niggas is kind of whatever. This nigga, baby, if you want to fight, nigga, I still get in with you. What's poppin'? Because I ain't gonna lie, the disrespect that I'm about to go up off of this nigga, I don't know him. But nigga, I control this rap game, nigga. I control this rap game.
When will these streamers learn that there's real-life consequences for all the shit talking they do online? Unfortunately for DJ Ak, he found that out yesterday after Lil Baby sent his goon to smack him up. Y'all are not gonna believe the master plan they used to get past his security. But first, let me break down exactly how this whole situation went down. Why Lil Baby really backdoored one of hip-hop's biggest voices, and how this exposes the dark side of the music industry that nobody talks about. And yo, before we get into this absolutely insane story, let me paint the complete picture of who DJ Akademiks really is and why this situation is so much deeper than just a simple slap. This man literally built an empire sitting behind a computer screen, getting drunk on stream every single night and talking the most disrespectful, unhinged shit about rappers you could ever imagine. But here's what makes DJ Ak different from every other blogger. This dude has actual power in the industry. We're not talking about some random YouTuber with a couple thousand subscribers. No cap, this man has made a whole career out of being the internet's biggest instigator, and the crazy part is, it actually works. DJ Ak controls the music narrative like no other media personality in the game. When this man speaks, the entire hip-hop culture listens. His platform reaches millions of people daily, and his opinion can literally make or break a rapper's career in real time. That's not an exaggeration. We've seen it happen multiple times where Ak's criticism has directly impacted album sales, streaming numbers, and public perception. But here's where it gets insane. Ak thought he was completely untouchable behind that screen. He believed that as long as he stayed in his studio surrounded by security, he could say whatever he wanted about whoever he wanted without any real-world consequences. Well, real life caught up to him quick, and the way it happened is some of the most calculated, strategic revenge I've ever seen in hip-hop. So let me break down how this beef really started, because it goes way deeper than y'all think, and understanding this backstory is crucial to seeing why Lil Baby felt justified in what he did. Back in 2020, Lil Baby was literally the hottest artist in the entire game. No debate, no discussion needed. This man was dropping hit after hit, every song was going viral, everybody from your grandmother to your little cousin was bumping his music. He was on top of the world, selling millions of records, getting Grammy nominations, collaborating with the biggest names in music. But DJ Ak, being the observant media personality that he is, started noticing something that a lot of fans were too caught up in the hype to see. What if I told you that DJ Ak was actually trying to help Baby at first? This wasn't hate from the beginning. Ak was basically saying, yo baby, you got rich, you got everything you want now, you got the cars, the houses, the jewelry, but it seems like you don't care about the music anymore. And bro, when you really look at it objectively, that's actually facts. When you compare Baby's recent musical output to his 2020 run, there's a clear difference in hunger, passion, and that raw energy that made him special. It's like he reached the mountaintop and then got comfortable, which happens to a lot of artists when they achieve massive success. The problem is, instead of keeping his criticism constructive and respectful, Ak started going overboard with it. He began pushing this narrative that Lil Baby had completely fallen off, that he was washed up, that his best days were behind him. And when DJ Akademiks starts pushing a narrative like that, it doesn't just stay on his platform. That shit spreads like wildfire through the entire hip-hop community. Other bloggers started picking up the story. Fans started questioning Baby's relevance, and before you know it, this narrative became the dominant conversation around Lil Baby's career. That's the power of controlling the media narrative. One person's opinion can become everyone's reality if it's pushed hard enough and consistently enough. And that's exactly what happened with Lil Baby's album, Wham! DJ Ak was relentlessly critical of this project from the moment it was announced. He was constantly saying it was mid-tier, constantly comparing it to Baby's older, more successful work, questioning whether Baby still had the hunger and creativity that made him special in the first place. And guess what happened? The album underperformed commercially. I'm not even lying when I say that Act's sustained criticism played a major role in that project not reaching its full potential in terms of sales and streaming numbers. That's the kind of power we're talking about here, the ability to influence millions of people's perception of an artist's work before they even experience it themselves. But wait, it gets even crazier. Lil Baby wasn't just gonna sit there and take the disrespect quietly. This man started firing back, and when rappers start responding to bloggers in their actual music, you know the situation has escalated to a whole different level. Baby was dropping bars like Akademiks guy ain't got money like me, Akademiks nigga can get touched. Bro was really putting Ak on blast in his music, letting the whole world know he had serious smoke for the blogger. And these weren't just throwaway lines either. Baby was dedicating entire verses to addressing Ak's criticism, making it clear that this wasn't just some minor annoyance, but something that was genuinely affecting him and his business. Now here's where the story takes a wild turn that shows you how the music industry really works behind the scenes. Rod Wave, being the real one and peacemaker that he is, decided to step in and try to resolve this situation before it got completely out of hand. And yo, Rod Wave's involvement wasn't random. He had genuine relationships with both parties and understood how destructive this beef was becoming for everyone involved. Rod Wave arranged a three-way phone call between himself, DJ Ak, and Lil Baby to hash out their differences like grown men. And according to both parties, they actually worked it out. They had a real conversation about their issues, acknowledged each other's perspectives, exchanged phone numbers, and agreed to handle any future problems privately instead of airing everything out publicly. This seemed like a mature resolution to what could have been an ongoing, destructive feud. Both sides appeared to benefit. Ak could continue doing his job without constantly beefing with one of the biggest artists in the game, and Baby could focus on his music without dealing with constant negative coverage from one of hip-hop's most influential media personalities. Lil Baby and his team understood exactly how powerful and influential DJ Ak's platform really is. So when Baby was preparing to drop his next major project, guess what happened? This man actually paid DJ Akademiks $30,000 to ensure he wouldn't be overly critical of the new album. So everything seemed cool between them after this arrangement, right? Wrong. Because what happened next is some of the most calculated, strategic, backdoor shit I've ever seen in hip-hop, and the way it was executed shows a level of planning that's honestly impressive in the most diabolical way possible. The setting was a brand risk event in March 2025, and this detail is important because it shows this wasn't some random encounter. This was a planned operation that required inside knowledge of where Ak would be and when. DJ Ak was there doing his usual thing, covering the event, surrounded by his security team, feeling completely safe in what should have been a professional environment. But Lil Baby's assistant, a guy named K. Rich, had been plotting this whole time. And yo, the plan they came up with was actually genius in the most calculated way possible. But here's where it gets really interesting. The plan involved using streamer Ty Lil as an unwitting accomplice, and the way they manipulated the situation shows some serious strategic thinking. Earlier that same day, at the brand risk event, Ty Lil had approached DJ Ak about some old grievances. Ty Lil was upset because back in 2020, during the quarantine period when everyone was doing online content, Ak had used some of Ty Lil's videos without properly crediting him.
So what is Ty Lil pulling up on me to argue about? Ak, you never tagged me in 2020. We're in 2025. You see Aiden.
He ain't.
We dap it up.
Hey, Ty Lil.
I know. I'm like, I didn't try to platform you.
It's alright. I got you.
He's mad passionate 5 years later.
This might seem like a minor issue, but for content creators trying to build their brands, proper credit and tagging can be the difference between staying unknown and blowing up. So Ty Lil confronts Ak about this, and they actually have a whole conversation about it. Ak, being the professional that he is when he's not behind a computer screen, actually listens to Ty Lil's concerns, acknowledges that he probably should have given proper credit, and they end up exchanging phone numbers and seemingly squashing the beef.
He's constantly saying, why you ain't tagged me? He's talking about some shit in 2020. Yo, Aiden says, yo, why are you bringing this shit up? And I'm trying to tell him, yo, Tyler, you made it, bro, relax. But he keeps saying it, and I'm like, it's all good, whatever. What we do at the end of this, and this is important, me and Tyler exchange numbers. We exchange numbers. This gonna mean the utmost, chat, when I get to the end of the story.
This interaction was crucial to what happened later because it established Ty Lil as someone who had legitimate business with Ak, someone who security would recognize as a fellow content creator rather than a potential threat. It also gave K-Rich the perfect cover for his plan. Ty Lil gets past all 8 of Ak's security guards because they recognize him and assume his intentions are legitimate. He walks right up to Ak's car window and starts having what appears to be a friendly conversation, making Ak think everything is cool and that this is just normal industry networking. But here's the insane part. While Ty Lil is distracting Ak and making him comfortable, K-Rich is following right behind him. The security guards see K-Rich with Ty Lil and make the natural assumption that, oh, he must be cool too since he's with the streamer we just cleared. Nobody questions it because Ty Lil's presence vouched for K-Rich without Ty Lil even having to say anything. This is where the plan gets really diabolical. Ak, feeling completely safe because he's talking to what he thinks is just another content creator, actually puts his car window all the way down. He's relaxed, probably thinking this is just going to be a quick conversation about potential collaborations or clearing the air about their earlier discussion. Then, in a move that was clearly coordinated, Ty Lil suddenly steps back from the car window, and that's when K-Rich makes his move. This man walks right up to the window and smack hits DJ Akademiks directly in the face with what Ak later described as a right-handed slap and immediately takes off running.
After we drove off, remember, he swings, misses, cause like I was kind of like this. He swings into the car, misses, like he hits the shit. They drive off. I'm like, what the f? It's only one nigga. I'm like, bro.
Boom. And he said something. I swear to God, right-handed guy. I smacked the shot out of him. I smacked the shot out of him. Right-handed guy, bro. I smacked the shot out of him.
You smack Akademiks.
Yes, and then listen. After I smacked him, listen.
But here's where it gets even more telling about Ty Lil's involvement. DJ Ak tried calling Ty Lil's phone multiple times that night, and I'm talking like 15 consecutive calls. But Ty Lil never answered, never called back, never sent a text explaining what happened or claiming he didn't know K-Rich was going to do that.
I call Ty Lil. Yo, I'm trying to say, yo, Ty Lil, what is this? What's up? You try to, I thought we talked, like, you got a problem? Ty Lil doesn't answer none of my calls.
That's when Ak realized he had been completely set up by someone he thought was just another content creator trying to network and resolve old issues. The phone number exchange earlier that day wasn't about squashing beef. It was about establishing the connection that would be used against him later that night. Ak's team decided to circle back to the club to see if they could find K-Rich and get some answers. When they got back, Ak's security spotted K-Rich sitting in a Lamborghini Urus with Ty Lil, which confirmed that this wasn't some random incident. These two were clearly together and had planned this whole thing.
Yo, hop out the car and go see who, the nigga who swung at us, who he's with. He calls me, yo, he's in a Lambo with Ty Lil. I was just in an argument with Ty Lil at brand risk. He said, you want me to do something? I said, don't do nothing. Come back in the car. He gets back in the car. I said, I'll handle it.
And yo, when DJ Ak got on stream the next day, this man was absolutely crashing out. I'm talking about a level of anger and frustration that we rarely see from him, even though he's known for his passionate reactions. He was mad as hell, calling out Lil Baby directly, promising to ruin his entire career and making it clear that he wasn't going to let this slide.
Yo, Lil Baby, eat a nigga. I'm not even going to address it. Lil Baby, you eat a nigga. Because I don't know this nigga. And I'm going to tell you why I'm getting that Lil Baby. Because I've been waiting for this. I can't take it out on a nigga I don't know, nigga. I'm up tens of millions of dollars taking it out on this boss. Yo, Lil Baby, if this is what you believe or he believe, both y'all niggas eat a dick, nigga. Whatever y'all think, that's what it is. Both y'all niggas eat a dick.
Here's where it gets even more wild. Ak actually called Lil Baby directly to confront him about what happened. And Baby's response was so smooth and calculated that it almost seemed rehearsed. Baby played that shit perfectly, acting like he had absolutely no idea what Ak was talking about. Baby was straight up gaslighting Ak, playing completely dumb like he didn't orchestrate the whole thing.
There's two niggas I felt like backdoor me. I swear to God. And I never swear. See, I just did some shit I won't really never do. Lil Baby and that nigga Ty Lil. Ty Lil for sure. For sure. And I'm gonna show you how niggas is kind of whatever. This nigga, baby, if you want to fight, nigga, I still get in with you. What's poppin'? Because I ain't gonna lie, the disrespect that I'm about to go up off of this nigga, I don't know him. But nigga, I control this rap game,
See, that's,
nigga.
Hey, that's
I control this rap game.
And the crazy part is, it was actually a smart legal and strategic move. Because now Ak can't definitively prove that Baby was behind it, even though everybody in the streets knows what really went down. But DJ Ak started putting together more pieces of this puzzle, and what he discovered suggests this was even more calculated than it initially appeared. The timing of everything, the coordination required, the inside knowledge needed, this wasn't some spontaneous act of violence. This was a carefully planned operation. First, let's talk about the brand risk event itself. How did K-Rich know Ak would be there? How did he know what time Ak would be leaving? How did he coordinate with Tylil to be in the right place at the right time? This required advanced planning and inside information about Ak's schedule and movements. Then there's the Tylil angle, which gets more suspicious the more you examine it. The conversation between Tylil and Ak earlier that day about the 2020 tagging issue. Was that genuine, or was it a setup to establish the connection that would be used later? The timing seems too convenient to be coincidental, and here's what really convinced Ak that this was orchestrated from the top. The night after the incident, Ak was at another Miami club called Booby Trap with rapper Trippie Redd. They were having a good time, spending money, enjoying the scene when someone came over and told Ak that Lil Baby was about to arrive at the same club. Now this is where Baby's behavior becomes really telling. Baby walked into Booby Trap, saw that Ak was there, and immediately walked right back out. He didn't go to his reserve section, didn't stay for even a few minutes. He just left as soon as he realized Ak was in the building. Why would Baby leave if he had nothing to do with what happened the night before? If he was genuinely innocent and had no involvement in K-Rich's actions, why wouldn't he just enjoy his night at the club like normal? The fact that he immediately left when he saw Ak suggests he knew there would be tension and didn't want to deal with the confrontation. But it gets even deeper than that. AK discovered that this whole situation ties into larger industry politics and power dynamics that most fans never see. The $30,000 payment that Baby's team made to Ak wasn't just about one album, it was part of a larger strategy to control media narratives around Baby's career.
Lil Baby's team gave me $30,000 for that last fucking album that dropped, and I had to really be neutral and be nice. But I don't fuck with no nigga who think they could play with me like that. $30,000 is nothing.
When Ak started digging into the business side of things, he realized that major labels and artists regularly pay bloggers and media personalities for favorable coverage, but they also sometimes set up situations to discredit or intimidate media personalities who become too critical or powerful. Think about it. If you can't control a media personality through payments and business relationships, the next step might be to intimidate them or make them think twice about being too critical. And what better way to send that message than to have them physically disrespected in a way that shows they're not as protected as they think they are? And when you really break down what happened here, you have to acknowledge the strategic genius of this whole operation, even if you disagree with the methods. This wasn't some hot-headed emotional response. This was calculated, strategic revenge that achieved multiple objectives at once. First, it sent a clear message to DJ Ak that there are real-world consequences for his online commentary. For years, Ak had been talking reckless about rappers, secure in the belief that his security and his position as media would protect him from any physical retaliation. This incident shattered that sense of security and made him realize that he's not untouchable. Second, it demonstrated to the broader hip-hop community that Lil Baby isn't someone who will just sit back and take disrespect, even from powerful media personalities. In a culture where respect and reputation are everything, this move enhanced Baby's street credibility and showed that he's willing to take risks to defend his honor. Third, and this is the most sophisticated part, Baby managed to get his revenge while maintaining plausible deniability. He never explicitly ordered the hit, never directly told K-Rich to do anything specific. He just didn't tell his team that the beef was over. That's some next-level chess moves right there. By keeping his hands technically clean while still orchestrating the outcome he wanted, Baby protected himself legally while still achieving his goal of getting back at Aki. It's the kind of strategic thinking that you see from successful business leaders and politicians, achieving your objectives through indirect means that can't be directly traced back to you. But here's what makes it even more impressive from a strategic standpoint. The use of Tylil as an unwitting accomplice was brilliant. By involving someone from Ak's own world, someone who had legitimate reasons to approach Ak, they created the perfect cover for K-Rich to get close enough to make his move. AK's main weapon has always been his platform and his ability to control narratives. So his response was to promise that he would use that power to destroy Lil Baby's career. He started going harder on Baby than ever before, criticizing everything from his music to his business decisions to his personal life. But here's the thing, This incident actually weakened Ak's position in some ways. Before this happened, Ak could present himself as this untouchable media figure who could say whatever he wanted without consequences. Now everyone knows that he can be gotten to, that his security isn't foolproof, and that there are rappers willing to take physical action against him. For Lil Baby, this move was risky, but potentially very rewarding. He showed the hip-hop community that he's not someone to be messed with, but he also painted a target on his back for law enforcement and potentially other media personalities who might see him as a threat. If you learned something new about this absolutely insane situation, you gotta smash that like button and let me know in the comments what you think about Baby's move. Was it justified or did he go too far? And make sure you subscribe because this story is far from over and I'll be covering every new development as it happens. And if you want to see more deep dives into hip-hop drama and the real stories behind the headlines, I got you covered. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content, and I'll catch y'all in the next one where we're gonna break down even more industry secrets that'll blow your mind. Peace.